Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, this is a video that I have been waiting to make. For those that have been following along, you know it's been 10 months and a struggle with this car since we put the built motor back in, when was it? May, June, I think we put the built motor back in. For those that aren't following along, this car was a stock bottom end, stock engine for years. I've owned this car for 12 or 13 years, worked my way all the way up to sort of 500 and a bit kilowatts on E85. Ended up blowing the stock bottom end motor Australia Day last year. Hurt a piston, hurt the bore, so we decided to build the motor. A couple of months later, put a built motor in. All went well, ran the motor in, it was fine. Put it up on the dyno, started blowing smoke. We realised we didn't have the TURBOSMART oil feed restrictor on there. It was copping too much oil pressure to the turbo. We checked the oil pressure and it was like 75 PSI at idle, which is way too much for any turbocharger. So we fitted the OPR, ran it up and then aborted because it was just smoking too much. Put another turbocharger on it, a brand new core, ran it up, same thing. It was a bit better but still smoking. So we tuned it up, made 630 kilowatt on just under 30 pound of boost, still smoking pretty bad. So we drove it around for a couple of months just seeing how it'd go, see if it'd clear up. Did a few tests on the engine, comp tested the engine, checked the oil pressure again, and then decided to lower the oil pressure even more. So still with the OPR restrictor fitted, then we decided to restrict the turbo at the oil feed. I did a video on it a couple of videos ago where we restricted the oil feed down to 1.5 mil, which restricted the turbo flow. Was a little bit better, but still smoking. So everyone's scratching their head. The engine builder, Maxx Performance, we're all scratching our head. What's going on with this car? Like I said, the engine checks out fine. It wasn't breathing through the rocket cover, wasn't pushing the dipstick out or anything stupid. Comp tested beautiful, all the cylinders were even, and we're scratching our heads. So, like I said, I put another turbo core on it a month ago, same issue. So I'm like, I have to get this fixed. I'll bite the bullet, I'll send it into Maxx Performance and just tell them to fix it no matter what the cost. But before I did, I thought, look, the catch can setup is a little small for this engine. It's something to try. So I thought, all right, I'll order the race setup with the bigger AN8, I think it is, fittings and lines, up from the street version, which is just using the standard lines back basically. And this is where it all gets a little bit interesting. So I pulled the catch can set off up a couple of days ago so I could sell it on Marketplace, and I pulled the PCV out. This guy, your crankcase ventilation valve, your PCV, that goes in the rear of the rocket cover, yeah? So, Mechanics 101, and I should know better, and you know, no one picked up on this, the engine builder, Maxx Performance, none of us picked up on it, because it was, yeah, anyway, so I've removed this and realised PCV valves only work under vacuum, don't they? So, when they're under boost or there's no vacuum, the PCV's closed. What does that do to your breathing system? Shuts off half of your breathing system. You must, which I found out after a little bit of research and my own stupid fault, you must, if you're fitting one of these, so on the street catch can setup, if you're using this setup on the rear of the rocket cover and you haven't got the push-in AN lines, on the street catch can setup, you must cut the bottom of this off and remove the guts out of it. The spring and the little valve, you must cut the guts of it so it's free flowing and the engine can breathe. If you don't cut the guts of it out, the engine can't breathe and you end up with my issue and the engine can't breathe. So basically what happens is it shut off half the breathing system, causing the sump to pressurise. Now if the sump has pressure in it, the turbo drain won't drain, will it? Because there's pressure, there's back pressure against the turbo drain. So if you've got too much pressure in your crankcase, the turbo won't drain. Simple as that. It's a $30 part. So yeah, obviously when I sold it on Marketplace, I cut the bottom of the PCV valve off for the new customer, so he didn't learn the hard way. And yes, I think I'm gonna have to go back to my catch can install a year ago and update that video so you guys don't make the same mistake. So it's a simple thing, as you can see. So when we changed the turbos, we were right in thinking the turbo was damaged. Like you can clearly see the turbo was leaking. You can see oil all over that rear exhaust wheel. There was even oil on the front housing. That's turbo number 1. Turbo number 2 looks exactly the same. Wet, all exhaust, burnt oil, 100% looks like a blown turbo seal. But that was the symptom, not the cause. This little guy pressurizing the sump was the cause. So I hope you guys live and learn with me. It's a simple thing to overlook, but I could have hurt the engine. Like, worst case scenario, if we'd put more than 30 pound in it, it could have hurt the engine. Yeah, so live and learn. It's fixed. I'm freaking stoked. I've taken it for 2 good road tests. It doesn't smoke anymore. I'll show you a quick video. So this is a video of when we fitted the last turbo about a month ago. This is after a road test. I'd been around the block, and I'll show you how much smoke it's chuffing out. And after that, I'll put up a video. So this is a road test. I got my mate to drive it, and as you'll see in the video, especially on D-cell, it pumps out the smoke. So just fitted the new core. It's been running for 15 minutes and it's still smoking its ass off. I don't know what the f I'm doing wrong here, guys, but okay, this is approximately 10 minutes running. The car is at almost full operating temperature, and as you can see, it's quite smoky. This is not exhaust smoke. This is not oil stuck in the exhaust. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's bypassing the turbo until the oil thins out, but something's going on. So we'll go for a drive and I'll show you. It was going through half a litre of oil every like 500k. It was pumping it out. And now, no more smoke. So I'm absolutely stoked. I'm absolutely over the moon. I've got my car back. It's a weird feeling because I've been so angry at it for, you know, it's been in the naughty corner for bloody 10 months. I didn't want to look at it. It's been a pain to even try and get motivated to do videos and work on the car. But we got there and it was a simple fix. I'd just like to give a massive shout out to Maxx Performance and my engine builder James at Next Gen Motorsport. These guys have been outstanding, never shy to help me over the phone. I had the guys from Maxx Performance messaging me at like 9 o'clock at night, you know, trying to brainstorm and work these issues out. They've been nothing but helpful and nothing but supportful. Same as James at Pulsar Turbo. I actually rang him today and apologised. He was great about the whole thing. I said, look, I've made a mistake. I appreciate you giving me warranty on the turbo. They were great, you know. I only had to send a couple of photos and he passed the warranty, no questions asked. He didn't have to, but he did. So massive shout out to these guys that have been behind me. I really appreciate their support. We got there in the end and my car's back, guys. 1,000 horsepower Barra is back and I am stoked. Alrighty, that's going to be it for the video. It was a simple fix, but we got there in the end. Thanks for supporting the channel. So the plan is now, as I probably mentioned in a couple of videos before, when I put the last turbocharger on, I snuck a bit of a wastegate spring in there so we can turn it up a little bit more. I want to try and crack that 650, or maybe the goal was 700, but I don't know if we're going to get there with a log manifold. So we'll give it a crack in a couple of weeks. Soon as Max can book me in for a tune, we'll give it another crack and we'll see how we go. Thanks for watching. It's been a bit of a haul, but we got there in the end. My stupid fault, hence KevSpec. You know, the channel is KevSpec. If it ain't wrong, it ain't right. It's KevSpec, and I spec the hell out of this one. So hopefully you guys can learn from it. I've learned from it. We'll move on and we'll have a good one. Thanks for watching.